Okay, so the latest trailer dropped. I just finished watching it, and I'm just gonna go over certain scenes, not all of it, but I think it's pretty clear that again, this was like post World War II. Japan is like pretty much like struggling to not just find their identity, but also to rebuild after what happened. And then we have Gojira himself come in. So as you can sort of see on here, as we start off, you get a bit of, something just destroyed this boat. And you see a few of the Japanese natives trying to figure out what caused this. And you can sort of see the damage is very extensive. And there's a nice nod to the 2014 Gojira, or Godzilla, sorry. Give me a moment here. Right around here, you can sort of see it on this shot. As I recall correctly, someone mentioned, I don't know if it was in the comments, or if I found it on X/Twitter, that the one working on this film actually enjoyed the one from Legendary back in 2014. So here you get a nice nod to that. However, I will go a little bit further down here. You can sort of see that, they're trying to rebuild. And the damage from Godzilla is super extensive. And we see here one of the scientists mentioned that the creature is an unknown organism. And for those who have watched the Godzilla films know that the underlying message is trying to strike a balance between preserving nature while also using it in a respectable manner. That's how the Japanese have always been with regards to nature. Now, that being said, in the Showa era, long before the internet existed, it got a little silly to a certain degree, and then they kind of had to backtrack into the 90s. For those of you guys who are familiar with your Godzilla media history, who know it a bit more than me, there's definitely a lot of there's certainly some channels that can cover it a lot better. Me, I'm just trying to give just the basic understanding. Now if you want to expand on further, I'd say one recommendation, check out Dangerville. Quick shout out to them. And since I'm already subscribed to them, I do follow their channel. I watch some of their videos, as well as Goji Center. Check out those guys. They're really great. But anyway, back to the trailer here. Like I said, I'm not going to be playing the video. I'm just going to go through certain parts. Here we can sort of see a slight continuation from the first trailer. And then, the people are running away from what's going on. There's this part right here that I'm going to stop at. I do want to point out that here, I think this character is actually in correlation to, has a connection to the main character in this film for Godzilla. And I'm just going to go a little further here. So here you can sort of see the extensive damage. My best guess, this one right here is roughly the exact same girl who was in the train. And right here, when Godzilla is chomping down on that train. Give me a second here. Here. Right here. This part right here, they didn't show it though, but this is obviously one of the new shots in the trailer. He obviously attacks that train, and then there's a segment from that train that goes towards another incoming one on the opposite line, which was shown in one of the previous trailers. But there's one part that I really enjoy here. Besides all of the, these new shots, you can sort of see, I'm panning through a little, the fishing boat tries to attack, but the damage is not much. But despite people's best attempts, there's one scene that really caught my attention, and it's more towards the end. You can see here the people notice that Godzilla is up to something right around here. This part right here where you see the fins popping out, it's almost as though you cock back the hammer of a gun. This is exactly what it looked like to me when I finished watching the trailer, and I'm like, okay, they just literally took this reference from Legendary Godzilla and dialed it up to 1,000, literally. And I'm like, oh yeah, the people there are screwed. And you can see from their expressions on their faces that, okay, we are so screwed. And excuse my language, but frankly, when I saw this, I was like, holy moly, this is going to be interesting to watch. And I know they said it starts in December, but thankfully I was looking online. I get a chance to watch it on a Saturday, so I'm definitely going to be watching this movie. But yeah, some of these scenes that I was trying to point out, it's so good. And again, I like the way how it shows Godzilla just being ready to let loose. And then we get that iconic bit right there. Some people mentioned that on the title itself, it looks like the head of the G is almost in reference to Godzilla's head. And then the very start of the G is almost like his tail. So he's looking one way. And then if you've seen the trailer, not the trailer, the posters online, you get another good reference of it's showing Godzilla's head facing the opposite direction from where that G is. But design-wise, it looks great. I know it's grim and all that, but really, it's kind of going back to the OG roots of the early times when Godzilla first started, more on the destruction end. Less of an anti-hero and more of an actual villain. Whereas Shin Godzilla was more kind of like a creature trying to survive and all of that. But then it's going through various changes. I know people have their gripes on it. I find it okay. But with this one, I am actually looking forward to how this seems to really represent, the OG Godzilla in his natural state, more on the, uncontrollable nature force type of thing. But overall, if you guys actually want to see this, though, I highly recommend it for any OG Godzilla fan. Let me know in your thoughts, but let me know in the comments down below, what did you guys think of this? Are you excited to see it? And which Godzilla film, if any, was your favorite? But anyway, this is Skyhound, also known as Geek Detective Pierce, signing off for now. Stay frosty, stay humble, and stay safe. Peace.